Hi, friends. It's time for your last math session. It's lesson 34, session 3, page 803. And we're pretending that we have cubes. So if you have one cube, you can practice with me. But it says put some cubes together to make a new shape. Tell how many faces it has. So I've given some examples of putting cubes together. Here I have 3 cubes touching. It's like this, 3. And then here I've stacked 3 in this row and 3 in this row and 3 columns up and down. And we're going to count the faces. So it's a little bit tricky, but I want you to kind of bear with me, okay? So it has one face that's back here. It's this face and then this face. So that's 2. So that would be like this end and this end. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way around. So you have this face that you can see right here, this face right there. But then back here, there's this back wall. 1, here, this may be too confusing. Let's see. 1, 2, and then on the other side behind it that you can't see are 3, 4, the bottom. So 2 plus 4 is 6 faces. And then same here, this whole side is a face. So 1, 2, the top, 3 is the bottom, 4 is the back, plus this whole face, plus this whole face back here is 6. So even though you have however many different cubes, as long as you put cubes together, you'll always have 6 faces, which is pretty cool. But what I did is I took cubes, and if you notice, I took a bunch of cubes and I turned them into a rectangular prism. Look at how this is longer, and this is longer than it is taller. So that's pretty cool. I can take cubes and turn them into a rectangular prism. Who knew? The next page says, put some cubes together to make a new shape. Tell how many faces it has. Model it. You can make larger shapes from smaller shapes in different ways. It says you can make a larger rectangular prism using, fill in the blank, cubes. Cubes. We used cubes, didn't we? And that even shows it. It says when you take 2 of those cubes and you stack them up like they did, you get a larger rectangular prism. You turn the page on page 805. It says, how can you tell the name of the new shape? Well, the new shape has rectangular faces. It's long, has 2 ends that are long, and it has 2 sides that are shorter. So that makes it a rectangle. It's also 3D. It's 3-dimensional. So that means it's not just a rectangle, it's a rectangular prism. Number 3, how many cubes make up this shape? So I'm going to try to draw this the best that I can. We know Miss Lamb's drawing ability is not the greatest, but okay, let's see. So it's hard when you're turned at the side too. So that's probably most of it. That's all of it. Yeah, it's not because I'm a terrible artist. Just kidding. So it's actually 2 cubes stacked on top of each other with, this is getting worse and worse and worse, but I'm trying. Okay, so I have 1 cube here. There's 4 on this side, 4 squares on that side. Then I draw this up to here and this out to there and this out to there. Then I have 4 on the side. So how many cubes that make up this shape? Well, this is 1 cube right here, 2 cubes, 3 cubes, 4 cubes, 5 cubes, 6 cubes, 7 cubes, and then back behind there, there's an 8th cube. So there are 8 cubes in this shape. 1 right here, 2, 3, 4, and then behind that is that 5th one, 6, 7, 8. One more time for you guys, just so you could see there are 8 cubes. Number 4, circle the shape you could make with 2 cylinders and 2 cubes. So remember, a cylinder looks like this. So you have 2 cylinders. Actually, it looks like this, where they're touching, right? This is your cylinder, 2 cylinders and 2 cubes. There you go. It's the first one, friends. The second one only has 1 cylinder and it has a rectangular prism as the base. So the correct answer is the first one. Okay, number 5, 6, and 7, you're going to draw a line to match each set of shapes with the larger shape you could make with them. So the first one, number 5, 6, and 7. 5 has a cone and a cube. And this one has a cylinder kind of turned on its side and a rectangular prism. And then this one has a large rectangular prism and a little cylinder and a little cube. I don't know how to draw that. I lost it. It's gone. It's gone. I lost it. Okay, try again. Remember? Here we go. There's my little cube. Much better. Okay. So then they give you these big shapes right here. Oh, actually, it's like this. Boop. And then they give you this one. And then they give you this one. Okay, so then you have to match it. And these are larger. So you're going to look for one that has a cone and a cube. No cone, no cone. Cone. There we go. Cylinder and a rectangular prism. Cylinder and a rectangular prism. There we go. Rectangular prism, cylinder, and a cube. Yep, there we go. That's it. All right, turn the page. And it says, look at the example, then solve the problems 1 through 4. Circle the shapes that go together to make this shape. Hopefully you can see it is a cube. I almost said a square. A cube, it's a 3D shape, and a cylinder. Now problem number 1 has 2 shapes in it. And it says, circle the shapes that go together to make this shape. And the shape looks like this. It's a cube and a rectangular prism. So you would circle a cube and a rectangular prism, and they're down at the bottom. The next one, number 2, says circle the shapes that go together to make this shape. Guess what they did, friends? All they did was add this. They added that cylinder on top. So now you're going to circle a cylinder, a cube, and a rectangular prism for problem number 2. Number 3, circle the shape that you can if you put these 2 shapes together. If I put these 2 shapes together, meaning I just slid them over, one here and slid them together, what would I get? You would end up with that. You just slid them together, right? If I put them together, there you go. I can make the other one using those blocks, but that's not what the question says. It said what you can make when you put them together. So that just means by touching them. Number 4, how many cubes make this shape? Hopefully you can see, friends, that there's 3 on the bottom and there's 3 on the top. So 3 plus 3 makes, goodness, Miss Lamb. 3 on the bottom and 3 on the top. 3 plus 3 is 6. So there are 6 cubes that make up this shape. And this shape is a rectangular prism made out of cubes. you can use all those things to make other shapes, which is pretty fun. So actually this eraser is a rectangular prism, right? It's not just a rectangle. This, if it was just flat, smushed, would be a rectangle. But because it's 3D, it's a rectangular prism. All right, my friends, great job. I hope you're having fun learning about shapes. And thanks for joining me in math this year. It was a lot of fun. I love you. Bye.